Okay, my peeps, how are we doing? So, do you see what we are doing? We are going to put this tube on that rocker box, but if we do that we have a problem. That thing weighs 30 kilos, you need handles. Well, it didn't come with handles. What do? Do you hold those aluminum wheels on the sides which rock in the box? In the base box, sorry? What do you do? Do you do that? Do you hold it by that? Well, they're not really made for holding, so I thought we'll put some kayak handles in there, and then we'll put them in with some screws, some bolts. And what you want to do is you want to be getting some little bolts, and they're actually got an Allen key on one side, and they have a bolt on the other side, and that's exactly what you want in order to do this, so you don't drill holes that are too big. And you want also these bolts, they come in a package like this, different sizes and all this. You'll also need some drills. You'll need a drill and Allen keys and a little wrench. So let's get to work. So Astronomy is full of half measures. It is packed with half measures, compromises. It's amazing. Like you can, you want a clear view. Okay, go live on a mountain. You'll freeze. You want to see the dark sky. Okay, go to a forest and drive for 2 hours so you're exhausted. See what I mean? There are compromises, half measures, and this never ends with astronomy. And in this case, what's a compromise? I want handles. I'll use the kayak handles. Problem with astronomy tube handles is they're flush on the bottom. They're straight on the bottom, so you can't put them around a tube like that. So they'd have to be like that and like that on both sides. Makes it a little bit awkward. So I reckon that's a bit better. Way better. I did the one on the other side earlier. I'm doing this one now. Right. I've noticed this might be in the way a bit, so I'm making this a centimetre lower, and that should be alright. If you pull it out, it should be okay. It should be fine. And don't invest too long in these things either. Now, you can drill the tube. Yeah, of course you can. Don't worry about drilling your own telescope tube. It's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let me see now. I've drilled 2 holes. I need to increase the size of these holes. Let me see with a bigger bit. So let's over here. One of these. There we go. So there we go. So let's do this. And this is just to make it more portable, because otherwise it's not that portable, is it? So, you know, what do you do? What do you do? You might put them bolts, I'll put them somewhere. They're somewhere alright. And just take your time when you're drilling the metal and stuff. So first you drill a hole with the small one, and then you just use the bigger one, which is what we're doing. The great Charles came up with this invention because he saw these on eBay, so I thought, okay, just may as well use them, right? You know, so why not? Why not use them? So then we can put the bolts on. So let me see now, where did I put those bolts? Oh, here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's recording. That's good. And you can attach any accessories you want to your telescope tube with this technique. So what we'll do, to minimise the reflectivity inside the tube, we'll put the bolt end on the inside and the screw popping out the top. So it's as simple as that. You need washers. I have a few washers. The washer, what's the washer for? Quick. What's it for? It's to spread the load out and this stops it from coming loose. Now, I thought, okay, if we're going to wriggle up and down, that might be a bit of a problem, because it can come loose, the bolt can come loose, and it can fall down and hit the mirror. You don't want that. So what do? Well, there's a solution. Let me show you. So with these kayak handles, they can have 2 holes, you see, on each side. So I've got the ones with the 2 holes on each side, instead of 1 hole on each side. So therefore they can't wriggle up and down like that, you see, and loosen the bolt, which can then fall in the mirror. So I reckon that's a very good solution to the problem. So I didn't want these handles too low. You can't put it too high either, so because this thing's in the way on this side. Now I see, but that's okay, that's fine. So what you do, washer, put it through, and there we go. And now another washer. Just use any one, doesn't matter. There we go, now the bolts. And just tie it down. Now the next one, with a washer. And don't be afraid to do this. You can see some of these telescopes, they're full of bolts, and the image is still really good, so don't worry too much. For astrophotography, it might matter a little bit, I guess. So what you do, it might make the image a bit more blurry, so, and I'll do this as well. I'll just get a bit of black paint and I'll just go around touching up all the bolts one day, and that's it really. So yeah. So. Drill that through again. Nothing wrong with that. Screw that through. There we go, you see it's coming through. And another little washer. There we go, some bolts. Now what do you do? Okay, wrench and Allen key. So easy. And you just do this until you just tighten it until the Allen key slips out. Basically, that's tight enough. Obviously, also I'm laying the tube down, so if I drop something, it's not going to hit the mirror. So yeah, don't be afraid to do things like this. It's perfectly fine. That's tight as. Next one. I guess that's tight enough. So then I'll have to drill some more holes in this, so I'll pause the video. We can talk as we work. That's okay. So there's 3 types of. When I mentioned half measures, everything's half measures. So don't be afraid of half measures. You know. Okay, I've marked 1 hole. Let me see now. Which one is that? So it's got a measure. It's 2.5. Yeah, that's the first hole there. Just drill up. Yeah, do not be afraid of half measures. Every telescope is built on, can't accommodate all the laws of optics. The refractor is, the first telescope is based on the fact that you're not using those, you're getting a good image, it's glass. The compromise is that it's a small image because glass is expensive to make into a lens. another compromise, chromatic aberration. So to eliminate that, they made extremely long refractors, which were unwieldy. So Newton invented a reflector, no a chromatic aberration, but due to optics, the mirror isn't as reflective as, transparent glass. So what do? Well, you could just make the mirror bigger, and then it becomes unwieldy. So it's this one thing after another stopping you from getting the perfect image. You can't get the perfect image because everything you're doing is actually artificial. We're not meant to see these giant structures in the sky. So everything's half measures. So that's doing more half measures in astronomy, because that's what the entire hobby is all about, So what I'm doing here is just pilot holes. Problem with reflectors is that they have to also be quite long, or they're hard to focus. So they invented. A Frenchman called Cassegrain invented the Cassegrain, which has a long focus refractor. It bounces backwards and forwards. Okay, it's easy to focus. This one's harder to focus because it's short focus, but you have the resolution. A big mirror is cheap. A big mirror gives you good resolution on the planets. But it's hard to focus, so the image isn't that great. So what do you do? Yeah. So now I'll just put that through there so I can see where it is on the tube. That looks good. Now it's a rule of carpentry, of rough carpentry. If it looks good, it is good. So yeah, if it looks good, it is good basically. So don't worry too much. Hang on, oops. Need to put that hole in the right place. It'll look bad. So yeah, hoping to take this out and there we go, marking the hole. There we go. Find the hole. Oops. Scratch the tube a bit. That's the drill. Doesn't matter. It's full of rust like the Titanic. What do you guys reckon of that ocean gate last year? That was crazy. Year before last, I couldn't believe it when that happened. I thought these blokes are bonkers. So what happened was that thing was already cracked when they went down. It was a fiberglass, and if you look at any old fiberglass roof, you'll see exactly the same crack. So he assumed it was. He had no chemistry background. He didn't understand that once it's cracked, he didn't understand what plastic was. He thought it looked like metal. It's strong to me. It doesn't really work that way. So the refracting telescope is based on the mirror's law of physics, which helps you get a good image. The Cassegrain telescope is based on the long focus law of physics, which helps you get a good focus. And the conventional reflector is based on the resolution law of physics, which means that the bigger the mirror, the higher the resolution. So the more information you're capturing, when you capture more information, you get a better image. Okay, I'll have to make that bigger. Yeah, that's just the way it is, peeps. That's just the way it is. Okay, just get a washer. And I will lift this up later on when I've finished. Twist that through. I can't get this level because the other handle's on the bottom, but we're putting this through. The washer on top. That's a small one. There we go. So yeah, there's no such thing as perfect telescope. The expensive ones, the refractors, they're not perfect because they don't have much resolution, they just have a clear image. Twisting that through. It's nearly done actually. It's now on the washer. Sorry, I'm not talking so much because I'm working. Oh, that'll do. Oh. Now this is important, but suck this out. It's a short jumper, so I have to. There we go. Oh. Okay, peeps, it's the moment of truth. Let's try and put it on. So I'll just get this out of the way without breaking the hook on the bottom either, because this cable. They're not quite in the perfect spot, but they're on, so I think it's more a two-man kind of job. What you have to do, you have to do that. don't wrap your fingers all the way around, you can't. But if you just do it like that, slightly, you can do it. So, okay. Even if it was down there, it wouldn't be that good either. So, well, I think it's okay. It's an experiment. So, okay, peeps. There we go. So a little addendum. You can even tighten that in there and pick that up from the bottom there like that, and then just hold that, and then hold the other one there. So part of the problem was that what do? You hold that one and that one. You can't carry it; it's going to tip. So there never was a handle, equiopposite. So you could even hold it by there, pick up that handle, and away you go, or push that to the side and pick it up. Yeah. Anyway, I could have even staggered them across diagonally. That would have been one way to do it. I can even take them off and put them in there. It's fine. Put a sticker across. But that's all good. That's I think that's an improvement. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's all right. So a little addendum. You can even tighten that in there and pick that up from the bottom there like that, and then just hold that, and then hold the other one there. So part of the problem was that what do? You hold that one and that one. You can't carry it; it's going to tip. So there never was a handle, equiopposite. So you could even hold it by there, pick up that handle, and away you go, or push that to the side and pick it up. Yeah. Anyway, I could have even staggered them across diagonally. That would have been one way to do it. I can even take them off and put them in there. It's fine. Put a sticker across. But that's all good. That's I think that's an improvement. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's all right.